lot of things we're going to talk about today. So let's get started. Today's episode is brought to you by These Hands, also brought to you by Black Rage. And now, here's a song. Sometimes it's like the whole world wants to hunt black people till we're gone. Pow, pow, pow. Sometimes it's like the whole damn world don't care if we're right or wrong. So I made up this brand new song for Smoke and Mirror's gonna hit that bong and make it clearer soon. Why they hunting us down? Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. And now, here they are, your invenerable host, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. It's such a happy song, such a happy day. Let's smoke it. Welcome, everybody. We're back for another Smoke and Mirrors. We're back for another Smoke and Mirrors, and well, again, I didn't have anything to talk about, but then things happened, and so life happens. So there's things to talk about. Before we do that, let's warm up. Let's warm up together. I did not yesterday smoke very much with you. Didn't get a chance. I was here with Patricia Alvarez Lucio, who clearly is someone whose name Patricia. No, I was not. Dear Lord, what am I doing? What am I doing? I have lost my mind. I have lost my ever-loving mind. And now I've gone blank again. Do you know what happens to someone with the MS? Is that sometimes you get a thing in your head and it falls right in your little brain hole there. I don't even know what name that was. That's not even a person that I know. I mean, it might be a person. I'm sure it's a person. It's not a person that I know. Jesus Christ. I was here with Perla Alvarez Lucio. Jesus. Woo! Whose name I also forgot then and who I've known for over a decade. Sometimes we talk about multiple sclerosis here, and the reason is because I got it. And what the way that shows up for me is that sometimes I'll forget a name that is in my head and on the tip of my tongue as I want to say it. The other fun thing is because of the way that my mind works, I can remember a thing that there's no reason it should be in my head at all. No reason it should be in my head at all. Anyway, Perla, I love you, and I'm going to just go ahead and shout out your episode every day this week and tell people to go watch it. And I'm going to say your name correctly, Perla, from now on, as I say your name, Perla. And I will say the names of my other guests coming up correctly this week also. Guess what? Is that on Thursday, I'm going to be here with Janicia Francis. And Janicia Francis is also known as Jay from Tea with Queen and J podcast. And we're going to be here discussing all of the wonderful womanist race nerd things that she is prone to discuss in the advancement of the destruction of the white supremacist capitalist patriarchy. Then next week on Moon Day, the day of the moon, I will be here with the one and the only Ibutoke. Ibutoke is a priest of Ochun of 16 going on 17 years, is my god sister, and we're going to talk about black identity and black religion and black spirituality and blackity black. Then on the Tuesday, right after that, September 1, which also happens to be my daughter's 11th birthday. Very exciting for me. I will be here with DJ Carmen Spindiego. I have such a hard time saying black names and not putting Spanish accents on them because of my own identity. Carmen Spindiego is what I meant to say. Carmen is an activist organizer, part of We Count Oregon, also doing big things with Dancing Hearts Consulting, and is really what she's doing. She's not part of We Count Oregon, two different organizations, and is a badass who is bringing her lives of DJ organizer activists together into like a Voltron that's going to kick even more ass into the future. And we're going to talk about some of the ass that she has kicked and will continue to kick, including the asses of people talking crazy shit about Kamala Harris. I didn't know until recently, until this particular election cycle, that in the minds of some people, Jamaicans aren't black. What? How does that work exactly? So much on my mind, so many things. I'm going to slow it down to speed it up. Do you know what I'm saying? So that I don't continue to do things like destroying Pedro Alvarez Lucio's name, who was, by the way, a phenomenal fucking guest and quite an inspiration. You think you've done something in your life? Listen, if you don't have mentors who are younger than you, you're not going to know what this next generation is up to, or be prepared at all in any aspect. This is a time, again, I've said this before, we are going to be either the meteors or the dinosaurs. And if you don't want to be a dinosaur then and get thumped, then Sunshine, I suggest you evolve. And I mean quickly. Don't know if you can hear it. Gonna address that too. It may be that you hear a low grade, like a going on right now. I don't know what that is. I think that the restaurant below me has brought in a power cleaner to get rid of the maggots in the maggot infested composts outside. I'm hoping that's what it is. So I'm going to forgive it. If you have any PTSD around having your teeth cleaned recently or a new tattoo, you should not have been at the dentist or getting a tattoo yet. The COVID is still out here. How's everybody? I have my warm bevy. I do have some smokes. Right now I'm smoking a smoke called the Blueberry Muffins. This is from our friends at Bloom Dispensary here in Portland, Oregon. Blueberry Muffins. It is, I'm going to say, whoopsie doodle. I'm going to say a thing. It is powerful. Also, my vision in the shorts, my close vision, is a little silly Billy today. These have in them a new prescription. Hey, getting old is fun. And they're a bifocal. They are a transitional sort of thing. And so what it means is that everything is much more clear. It looks like it's an HD down there. Also, too, it looks like it's about a quarter inch away from where I'd like it to be. I figure if I look at you, those breaks are a little less weird. Or they're more weird. In which case, I'm definitely going to look you dead in your eyes when I take my hits. So here's some thoughts I've been having today. So many things have been going on. But I woke up this morning to a case of mistaken identity. Now, one time I found myself, I was tagged in a post, not in a photo. I was tagged in a post, not in a photo. And in the post, there were some celebrities. And it was a picture, an old picture, it was not new, of Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne Wade was sat next to one R. Kelly. And as I was looking at this post, I was asked by Facebook if I might want to tag myself. And it was framing the face of one Mr. Robert Kelly. Robert. 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 And so I'm not R. Kelly, and I don't look at all like R. Kelly, and all black people don't look alike. And I know this as a black who was told in junior high and high school that I looked exactly like Philip Michael Thomas, that I looked exactly like Malcolm Jamal Warner. How? In what world do I look like either one of them? I don't get it. But this morning, what I learned is that a thing happened, a very serious thing. Usain Bolt, fastest man in the world ever, went to a maskless party, as he should not have been saying, we've got children, we've got to wear our masks. And when he did, he got the COVIDs. And so I read the headline from NBC, where in the wrong person was whose photo was put up for a story about Usain Bolt and his COVID, and that wrong person is 5'3", Kevin Hart. 5'3", Kevin Hart. Usain Bolt is 6'3", and looks like that. So, a couple things. Somebody at NBC is definitely getting fired. Somebody at NBC is definitely getting fired. Also, more evidence that white people do not know what black people look like, and that all black people look the same to you, which is unfortunate, because I do wonder if that's not part of why all black people are being hunted right now. And it is so easy to just shoot a security guard, a father of four, just as easily as an actual criminal. Not that it is the job of the police to shoot anybody. That's not their job. It is their job to police. But if they are going to shoot, to be shooting whoever they want. Anyway, Usain Bolt is a different person. He had the COVID. He is the fastest man in the world. He's a very tall man. He's a very strong man. He is a man who is not to get made the funs of, or to have the wrong picture used. The way that the wrong picture was used when Ellen DeGeneres decided she was going to make a joke about Usain Bolt, and said, as she had this graphic put up on the screen of her very famous television show, "This is how I'm going to the grocery store from now on." On the back of a black man. Like he's a horsey. Get it? It's a joke. From Ellen DeGeneres, who is famous for being super friendly and super duper duper nice. That's why she is losing her show right now, for being so nice to her underpaid staff. But let's not act like she's not a friendly person. She is a friendly person, and she's a friendly person with many very friends. Like she is friends with GW Bush, who is a what is the word I'm looking for? War criminal, who is a war criminal, who is a war criminal, a war criminal, a criminal of war, a war criminal. Like sometimes if we go to war with somebody, we will be told it's because this person is a war criminal, and then but he's one, and they are friends. They are friends. Do you know that old saying, you are the people with whom you surround yourself? Hey, they're friends. And George Bush has friends. George Bush has friends. George Bush has a friend named Colin Powell. Colin Powell, who was his good... Wait. Hey, Richard, this is not This is the wrong graphic. It's the wrong Bush. What? No, 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 no. Colin Powell did. Yeah, he was part of the Bush administration. Both of them. Both of them. He actually knew Cheney probably a little bit better. He was also down with Clinton. He's why we went to the war. But do you have the right picture? This is Daddy. Do you have the right one? Can we see it? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. That's Richard. He's doing the graphics now. So anyway, George has a friend, and they work together. But the thing about his friend is that his friend is slippery. His friend has always been an advocate for Republicans. It led us into helped run shit when we went into Iraq with his daddy. Then really ran shit when he went into Iraq with his daddy's son. When his daddy's son, who used to be a cocaine head and owned a baseball team that he then buried and went bankrupt with, then he got to be the president. And this guy was helping out. This guy also, interesting, slippery, was a speaker recently at the Democratic National Convention. Now, when he was at the Democratic National Convention, he was speaking about why it is important that Donald Trump not be president again, a point about which I could not agree with him more strongly. You can't have that. Thing is, there are other things I remember about this person that, I don't know, it makes me question their credibility, not about whether or not we need to get rid of Trump. We do need to get rid of Trump. Trump is evil. Just whether or not we need the warlords who helped continue to destroy Iraq for our economic benefit is the one who needs to be telling us some things about it. Anyway, this coffee is really good. You know what would be good with it? Piece of cake. I wish I knew someplace I could get a piece of cake. I do find it a very interesting thing to have happen, to have a Democratic National Convention, a demo. I smoked blueberry muffins the first time. Let's smoke something else. Let's smoke a Democratic National Convention where you are headlining with Republican speakers. I don't get it. I don't get it. I didn't watch it. I did hear about it in the news, and then I did watch clips later. I do not all the way get it. They also had this guy speaking there. They also had Bill Clinton speaking there. Now, when I see this guy, there's a couple different things that come to my brain. One is somebody debating about what the definition of the word is. Also, somebody who was definitely being a dirty and committing statutory rape in the White House with underage interns. And so the Democrats brought him out to talk about restoring our humanity in the country after Trump. I mean, pretty divisive choice, pretty divisive in terms of people who like people and people who don't like Clintons. I'm one of those. Also weird. Ammon Bundy is supporting Biden. Ammon Bundy is supporting Biden. Ammon Bundy, if you don't remember, is the white supremacist landowner NRA gun nut in Oregon who, with his family, recently took on the federales and held them at bay with their rifles. But somehow, only one of them was shot, and nobody's in jail or prison. And this man is still out speaking, giving speaking engagements. Hmm. I'm gonna say it is hard to get a speaking engagement from too many of the former Black Panthers or members of Move. They did not have the opportunity to be asked for endorsements for who they would like to be president or not. He did. In fact, it is true. It is true. He did get lots of dildos in the mail. That was a protest that happened, and I hope it happens again because we need to put something in his we need to fill his orifices for a while so he doesn't talk and fuck it all up just because of who he is. It is weird. It is bad to have, I think, war criminals and rapists and squatters, land squatters, government land robbers being people who are endorsing your party. That doesn't seem like or your candidacy. And then it gets really weird when you have, I don't know, like a clean cut hipster Nazi like Richard Spencer saying that you should be the president and that Trump should not. What is what? What? Now, let's not be too surprised. I don't know if you have seen too many of of course you have, old movies wherein there are Nazi bad guys or there are a group of bad guys, a conglomerate of bad guys, and they start seeing that the whole of their operation is crumbling in on them and it's all going bad. And then you might say out loud a thing like, yeah, this is not the moment for a white lives matter or all lives matter or white supremacist position anymore. And now I'm on this side because it would suck to be the victim of punches to the face every time somebody saw you because somebody was always saying on their little channels that it was okay and a good idea to punch a Nazi if you ever saw one, rather than giving them time on your broadcast on CNN. Anyway, this one in particular, this one right there, is evidently now endorsing Biden and is now a Democrat. Now, to be fair and to be balanced, Biden said he doesn't want this endorsement, and he did say, no, 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 you can't be down. This is very different, a little bit different, hardly different than when the Grand Wizard, David Duke, former Grand Wizard of the Klan, had endorsed Trump, and his answer was, well, you wouldn't want me to say something about a group I don't know anything about, would you? I don't know anything about white supremacists. They like me very much. That's all I know. Sort of the way he's saying about QAnon right now. It's interesting. It's interesting. It is interesting. Speaking of Captain Handsome, he is handsome. Captain Healthbag also had a convention. Now, the reason that I say Captain Healthbag had a convention and not that the Republicans had a convention is because forever at a convention, what happens is that the party, and we are in a fucked up party system. There's only two choices. I don't understand that. That seems bad. But within this two-choice system, what each one of the parties does is they get out and they share with you their platform. And that's when they're letting you know everything that they're about and that they support and that they're for. And what the Republicans have done this year is to say literally, We don't have a platform. Our platform is Donald Trump. I wish I were making that up, or that there was a punchline or something funny to say. It's just what is true. It's just what is true. They have no platform except support Donald Trump, and that Biden is going to turn the world into a socialist utopia. Which, do you know what the word utopia means? I would take any kind of utopia. Quite frankly, a utopia would be quite welcome, given the dystopia in which we are living. But that's anyway. So they had people talking at for the Trumps. Some of the people who didn't get to make it, though, who aren't going to make it for the next few days anyway. Kellyanne Conway is not going to make it because Kellyanne Conway, who is a horrible, 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 horrible Nazi skeleton, was the one who was standing on the lawn the other day, like a week ago, and had me shook with the Nazi shit she was saying, is quitting because her daughter is putting her on blast. And I would think that maybe because when she said less drama, more mama, which a couple things, don't, don't, don't. Also, too, is that her husband quit his job at the same time. And her husband theoretically was on the side of the opposition. And it seems a little like they're just jumping ship. Like it's time to get off of the ship. Oh, also, who's not going to be there is Steve Bannon, pictured here in his happy place. Steve Bannon is that is a listen. Here's another thing about Steve Bannon that's true. Steve Bannon has had reconstructive surgery, facial surgery to make him more handsome. This is the outcome. And Steve Bannon believes that he is the superior race and that there is such a thing. He's not going to be there because he is going to be probably defending himself in court. He has been arrested and indicted for stealing a bunch of money for building a wall that didn't get built, that doesn't exist, and that the money didn't get used for. The money got used for him to get more money. Also, who's not going to be there is Trump's spiritual advisor, Jerry Falwell Jr., seen here with his underwear out and his pants down with a lady who is not the person to whom he is married, and he is married to one. So he's not going to be there. Hey, do we have a better? Do we have a better picture? This doesn't seem fair. Doesn't look. Do we have something? There we go. Yeah, this is how we saw him more recently as Trump's advisor, and Trump really fought for that endorsement hard, and nobody could figure out how did that endorsement come from, because Falwell Jr. had said, this man is horrible. He's goofy balls. But now he's not the president of American University anymore. You should look into American University sometime. You should Google that shit. It's where Nazis are trained a little bit. I just see that's not fair. Now they're not officially Nazis because they're more like spiritual Nazis. So like Nazi ghosts or something. I don't know what you would call them. Anyway, he's not going to be there. But you know, he's a spiritualist. He's a spiritualist. He knows how to hold a Bible. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Perla Alvarez Lucio is an inspiration. If you didn't get a chance to look at yesterday's program, it's on YouTube. You should go and look at it. And if you're looking at it on the YouTubes, give it a thumbs up and a like and smash a button and do YouTube things if you If you want to do that, the fuck was I talking about? Trump's got friends. Trump's got friends. I was talking about his friends. Trump's got friends. He's got friends. He's got black friends too. I forgot to tell you, he's got black friends too, and he brought them out. He's got this football player guy. He's got this football player guy who is not in the Hall of Fame, and he was there. And then there's this guy, Tim. I don't know. Tim was there. Also, Kim Klasick, who's I don't know. She's a really pretty lady, and well, she's a Republican, and so she said some things. Also, there was this moment where just like at the Democratic Party, all these Republicans were talking. Guess what? A Democrat, a black Democrat guy was talking at the Republican thing. His name is Vernon Jones. And Vernon Jones, I'm going to say this, was probably a little too scary for Republicans, pictured bearded. And so when he did show up, he actually looked a bit more like this. And when he looked like this, he was saying things about black people being trapped on a mental plantation. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. From his mouth hole. And to be clear, I want to say this again. This is a black Democrat who got up there and just like Lakeith Stanfield in the scary movie about white people, whose name, of course, I just blanked on because that's what I do. Shaved his face and became respectable. And I just think that if somebody had taken some quick photos with a flash, he'd have been able to get out. I remembered it. Woo! Ha ha! Carlos 1, MS 1. MS1. Perla Alvarez Lucio. I don't even have that written down anywhere. I'm just saying it because I'm never, ever going to fuck that up again. That's never going to happen again as long as I live. Anyway, so Trump has black friends. You know, they talked about a lot of things. They talked about being in a mental what was it? Mental. We're in a mental plantation. Literally, his words. They talked about how great the economy is going to be, and they talked about how Trump Trump could not be a racist. There is no way Trump could be a racist. I have seen him treat a doorman just exactly as well as I have seen him treat a CEO. Funny, that's the thing that I remember Barack Obama being quite famous for, that he quite literally would be found to be speaking to the janitorial staff as readily as anyone else at the White House. I have a very, very difficult time imagining that orange bag of jizz and hate doing quite the same thing herself. But one of the things that none of them talked about, I will tell you this, none of them spoke a word about the Black Lives Matter protests that are happening. Nobody who was a black person there said a word about the white militiamen who were pointing fucking guns at people here in Portland. And nobody here at all said a fucking word about what's happening in Milwaukee. Not in Milwaukee. It's in Wisconsin. I know that. I have a mess. I told myself before, I was like, no, say Wisconsin. Think about the Badgers. Which is also what I think about when I think about cops. Didn't say a fucking word about any of that, the black friends. at the Republican convention. They did also have a very yelly lady who was doing a lot of dog whistling and a lot of repetition of the Southern strategy, which is a way to talk about all of the things that you would like for folks to associate with what is the word? Niggers without saying the word nigger. And so you say things like welfare and the suburbs will be safe and that they're not going to ruin the property value and that he's going to keep you safe and that America will be a wreck if the other guy gets in. Also, it seemed like she had done a lot of cocaine with one of the sons of of Trump because he came out fucking high. He came out blasted, and she was yelling like she was at a rally with thousands of people. And then when they panned out, and she was just standing there alone, it was like the beginning of the Hunger Games. It was like, and like not even. It was like some horrible like James Bond film. And now it's time to take over the world. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So he's got friends. He's got friends. We all have friends, but when you mistake the identities of friends, it can be problematic. He did have a friend whose identity he knows well, that who doesn't know his own identity, which is also again a problem and reminds me very much of the whole thing of why we need to get out. Because boy, oh boy, Kanye West, who is Donald's black friend, is not going to be there either. And he can't be because he's got to be executing Donald's wishes and running for president his fucking self, tricking dumb black people into voting for him. I'm just kidding. If you're voting for him, you're not dumb. That's a perfectly reasonable choice if you feel disenfranchised. Vote for your favorite rapper. And your favorite Kardashian food. You are aware that the entire existence of the Kardashians is predicated upon extracting the semen of famous black men. Anyway, it is clear that the Republicans don't have enough black friends. It is clear that the newspaper. Wait, is it? No, hold on. This was about the newspaper. This whole thing. I'm sorry, I had the wrong thing. This was about the guy at NBC who put up the picture. Who put up the picture of who did he put up the picture of? Was it Kanye West? Kevin Hart? You serious? Okay, so the guy who put up the picture of Kevin Hart instead of Usain Bolt. That's what this was about mistaking identities of black people or cops. Cops saying all black cop with a bad attitude who thinks all black people look the same or something. Or all black people are individuals, or we're all humans, or I don't know what the thread of this was. I don't know what the point was. I don't know. Oh, right. Ellen's got a black friend. And that friend is Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart is a homophobe and a transphobe. And Ellen tried to bring him back into the mainstream and fuck her and fuck him. And that was the point of this. Also, Usain Bolt should have been wearing a fucking mask. He's kind of an asshole too. This has been another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. Smoke and Mirrors is presented to you by the patrons, including Ruthie, Erica, Amber, Aaron, Seth, Lisa, Kristen, Renice, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, and Tracy. If you wanted to become a patron, you could do that for as little as $5 a month. And if you sneak in as one of the first 20 people to do that, you too can hold in your hot little hand that right there, one of those Portland official 2020 Carlos Kareem Wyndham trading cards, because who doesn't want a card to commemorate 2020. That was really well thought out. Glad that that's what I'm doing here. Hey, if you have a thought about what we should talk about, or who should be on the show, or a question, or a comment, or a correction, holla at you people at smokeandmirrorsccb@gmail. You can also look at some of the guests who've been here, catch up on some of those YouTube links at IG Smoke and Mirrors CCB. You can see but not hear some of my words at Twitter at El Caballo Negrito. If you appreciate what is happening here, would you do me a favor and spread the love? All you got to do is share it. Just share the episode. If you would like to support financially, but you do not want to put $5 on it, you can do that too. You could do that at Venmo at Carlos-Wyndham. You could do that at Cash App at $CK Wyndham. You could do that at PayPal/me, CK Wyndham. This is produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. This is also produced by Tracy Tatamy. Do me a favor, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Do not go to a maskless party, you fucking arrogant asshole. And if you do go out, wear a mask. Why? Because we love you. All right, I'm going to be back here tomorrow, and then we're going to be back on Thursday with Janicia Francis. Join us and get out there and punch a Nazi. Just wreck them. Just give them a little 1-2. Oh my God, I could look at this all day. This is my happy place. Do you know what I'm saying? Boom! Blow! There it is. Here comes one. Boom! Boom! Flap around! You know what? If you do punch a Nazi, make sure to wash your hands, okay? Take